Hello, my dear student. Welcome to this ATM task solution. There are some students who have submitted their project solution in past 2 days, but I'm not very happy to look at the way of coding. Mostly, the students have put all the code in one place, which is not correct way of programming. The programming must be divided into different files. I would like to share one example here. Let me check. So here I'm going to show you one project which is submitted by one student, but everything is perfect, but there is some problem in this program, and the problem is she has put all the code in one place. Like you can see here, there is only one file, okay, like data connection demo, and the entire code is put into one place. So this is not the correct technique of doing this kind of project. When you're doing project, you need to divide. First you need to decide what are the different classes you will be using. Okay, in each class what functions are you going to implement. All these things have to be decided first, and this is called as design. Only after completing the design you should begin writing the code. Okay, so this is okay. I mean, the program is working fine and everything is perfect, but the programming technique is not correct. So today in this topic, in this video, I'm going to teach you what is a correct way of programming, and then I'm going to give you another task after this video. So please watch this video carefully. So the first step is design, and for ATM project, okay, we need one class which will help to connect to database. Connect database. Okay. So in this class we will write code only to connect to database and to get and update data in the tables. So that means in this class we will write only code which will communicate with database. The next is the logical table. I'm going to give a name to this class as, let's say, ATM application, or maybe you can say bank. Okay, this is going to be another class where now what are the functionalities of bank? Can you tell me what will be the functionality of bank? The bank will allow the user for login, or the customer login. So you can say login customer. This is one function. Customer. This is one function, right? Second function will be is display menu. Uh, or maybe you can keep in display menu in some other file here. So let's say display menu. Okay, the next functionality will be like check balance. Yeah, so let's write here check balance. Okay, the next functionality will be withdraw money. Withdraw money. And the next will be deposit money. Deposit money, right? And finally the last functionality of bank will be logout. Logout functionality. Okay, you can like give here ATM bank or ATM application, whatever, it's up to you. You can decide the name of the class. Now what this class will do: for us. One, it will help to connect to database. Second, it will help to log in. Okay. Third, it will help to get balance. Fourth, it will help to withdraw money. Fifth, it will help to deposit money, right? So these are some of the functions which you have to decide first in every class. Now let's begin with this. And this is your class design. Then you have to do the database design. Okay. Now in database we will need a database name bank. So this will be the name of the database. So let's write here database. Second, we need a table called customer, and third, we need a table called account. Okay, so let's begin with this database design first, and then we will see the Java code for it. Okay, I have my SQL, and the first step we have to do is create database bank. Okay, step number one. So do that, execute. My database is created, refresh. You can see bank is created. Next step, you need to use that database. So you have to say use bank, select your query and execute. Okay, so it is selected now. What next? Next we can create a table. So create table. You can give the name of the table as customer, open and close bracket. Here you have to give some column name like customer ID, which is going to be int, not null. Okay, you cannot put null in this. Then we have customer name, which is going to be varchar, and let's put here 35. It's up to you how much you want. Next is customer password. This is going to be varchar, and I'm going to give 35 for this also. And finally, last one we will use is customer age, which is going to be int. Okay, put semicolon here, select your query and execute. Hit execute. So my table is created successfully. You can just check the table is created here. What next we have to do? We have to set a primary key. So I forgot to set my primary key, so I can do that by using alter command. Okay, alter table. Which table I want to alter? Customer table. Okay, and then you can say add constraint pk1, the name of the constraint, and then primary key, and you have to tell which column is supposed to be the primary key. That is customer ID will be the primary key in this table. So select your query and execute. So it is successful. As you can see here, it's added. What next we have to do? We have to create another table called account. So create table account. Okay, and in this table I'm going to have a customer ID. So let's do that. Customer ID, which is going to be int, not null. Okay, then next column I want is account type. So account type, which is going to be varchar, and I'm going to use 10 character for this. The next one is balance amount, which is going to be numeric. Okay, there is a data type called numeric, so I will be using that. Put semicolon, select your query and execute, and you will see that the table is successfully created. You can refresh and you will see now there are two tables, one is customer and account. Now, but I forgot to set this column as a foreign key, right? So I need to alter my table and I need to set that as foreign key. Okay, So how to do that? You can say alter table. Okay, which table you want to alter? Account table, alter table account. Then you can say add. You can use constraint fk1 and then foreign key. Okay, in the foreign key you have to tell which column is going to be your foreign key, customer ID, but it is referencing to which table? It is references to customer table. So you can just say here customer. Inside customer table, okay, which column is going to reference? So you can say here customer ID. Okay, that is the uh, column it is going to refer, customer ID. Fine. Put semicolon here, select your query and execute. Everything is okay. Now foreign key is set, so this table is linked with this table using, this is primary key and this is foreign key. Okay, I hope you have understood this, uh, because one customer can have many account. The type of account will be different. Yes or no? So one customer can have many account. So here it is foreign key, here it is primary key. Now is the time to insert some record. So let's insert some record here. Insert into, let's first try to insert into account table. So insert into account. Okay, values, let's put values here. First is ID, comma, account type. So let's say it is a saving account, comma, balance money, let's say 5,000 50,000 renminbi. Put semicolon, select your query and execute your query here. And there is error because what is saying cannot add or update child row. Okay, because there is no customer with ID 1, how can we put money in his account? Yes or no? So we can, this is going to give you error. First we need to create the parent, then we can put some information in child. So I can't do this first I need to insert in customer table. So let's say insert into customer values. Okay, what is the first thing? ID. Second is the name of the customer and I'm going to use Akash, comma, what is my password? ABC at 123, comma, and what is my age? Let's say 35, that's my age. Put semicolon, select your query, okay, execute, and this is going to be successful. You can see here it is success. Now can we insert money for ID, customer ID 1? Let's execute and it is successful. You can see here insert into account value. So this is successful. Okay, so my database design is ready. Okay, this is my step number 1. For any project you are doing, any project in the future, okay, the first thing you should do is design the database. Yes or no? So first thing you will design the database and tables, everything should be ready first. So my first step is ready here, as you can see from this. Now let's move on to the next step and let's create our this class connect database or connect to database class, and let's see what code we have to write in this class. So let's minimize this, open our studio, and here I'm going to make a new project. So let's select file, new project, and let's click next. Let's click next. Give here ATM task 1. Okay, you can give any name, it's just a project name. So click on this window, go to src, right click, new Java class. The name of the class will be connect to database. Connect to database. You can choose any name of your class, select that. Now what is the next step? The next step is we need to write some code in this class. Okay, the first thing is we can do is constructor. I have already taught you What is constructor? Constructor is a special class, or sorry, special function whose name is same as class name and have no return type. No return type. Return type. Am I clear with this? So we need to write that constructor over here. So let's say public connect. Sorry, what is that? We need to delete this line. It's a mistake. So it is connect to database. Select that. Open and close bracket. Open and close braces. So this is my constructor. Please look at it. Now there are many students who keep asking me what is the use of constructor. So I repeat, constructor is a special function whose name is same as the name of class, have no return type, and it is used to initial, that means to give some initial value to the variable. Okay, so this is why we use constructor. Am I clear with this part? Now after creating this constructor, we need to declare some variable. Like the first variable I want is of interface. Now statement is interface. Can you see here I? That means it's an interface. So I want stmt is equal to null. I'm going to put it null in the beginning. Then I need result set. You can see. Now what is result set? A result set means it's a temporary table. Okay, it's a temporary table and it is also an interface which is coming from java.sql. Okay, as you can see over here. So let's do that, and I'm going to use rs is equal to null in the beginning, result set. Next variable is connection. You can see connection is also interface. Now in the previous week we had learned about what is interface. Yes or no? Please repeat that video to understand what is interface. Interface is a pure abstract class. Why it is called pure abstract class? Because interface can have only abstract method. So please go back, all of you, and understand the difference between abstract class and interface. It is very, very important topic. Abstract class and interface. Do it very well. Okay. So I'm going to choose this interface which is coming from java.sql package. So select this connection, declare a variable and say con equal to null. Then I need to store the customer ID. So I will declare one variable customer ID and I will say 0. Then I need to store the balance money and I'm going to, in the beginning I will give 0 to this. So these are some variables which you have to declare. Variables. Okay, now we need to write some code inside the constructor to connect to the database. So how do we do that? We need to use try and catch block, right? We have learned what is try catch block, and I'm going to say here exception e. Let's write down system.out.println and let's say e.get message. Okay, simple statement. Now in the try block we need to load the driver, so we can say class dot for name and then we have to say com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. You need to be careful. If you make jdbc dot driver, if you make a mistake here, it will give you error. Okay, so this line will help you to load the driver, and I have already explained you what is driver. Okay, next step is to create the connection. Now I already have the variable con of type connection. Yes or no? I'm going to use that and I will say con equal to driver manager okay, dot get connection here, and I will put my, okay, I will put the connection URL, which is jdbc colon MySQL, okay, double slash localhost colon 3306, that is port number, slash, what is the name of, the database? It's a bank. Let me check it. Yes, it's a bank. So put the name of the database over here, and then we have to say character encoding, ca- character encoding, okay, character encoding is equal to Latin 1. Okay, so this is the connection string. You need to be very careful with this part. If you make a mistake, then you will get error regarding connection issue. Okay, next step is you have to give the username. So let's say username is root, right? Root is the username, and finally we have to give the password, which is shiv at 123. So that's the password. I will just try that. So that's the password for database. Okay, what's the next step? The next step is we need to, okay, that's all over here. This is the only code you will write in this try and catch block. Okay, so if you have any doubt, any questions, you can put in the comment. I will read it and I will reply in the comment over here. Okay, what next we have to do? The next thing we need to do is create our another class, which is ATM bank. Okay, but before that we need to write the code for login, get balance, withdraw money, and deposit. So let's begin with the login part. Okay, so let's come here, and so you will say public. It's a function, right? Now this is a special function. That means it's a constructor. Now we are going to write a function. Okay, function has a return type. So my login function will return a boolean. Okay, and you can give the name login. Now login function will take two parameter, yes or no, the string name, comma, string password. So these are the two parameters it will take. Okay, now we need to create the statement. So stmt, which I have declared here, stmt is equal to con is the variable I have declared here. So con dot create statement. Okay, put semicolon. So this will help you to create statement. Now this is giving me error. How to solve this error? There are two ways to solve this problem. One, you can use try and put this line in try catch block, SQL exception, SE, and that's it. Your problem is solved. See, the error is gone. Yes or no? Or there is another way to do this. You can just use here declare. You can use throws SQL exception. Yes or no? So the problem is solved just by saying that this function throws SQL exception. Now my statement is created. Our next step is we need to create the result set. So rs is equal to stmt dot execute query. Okay, and you need to write your query here. What is the query? Select star from the table name, which is customer. Okay, where what, where customer name, let me see the column name, where, let me copy this, where customer name is equal to, put single quotes here, plus sign, and then this name which you are passing over here, put that name over here, name plus sign again, double quotes, Now you need to close that. Okay, where customer name is equal to name and customer password, I'll copy this column name. Customer password is equal to single quotes, come out, plus sign, and then this variable which is coming here. Okay, let me put it on the side a little bit. So password, put plus sign again, open and close that. Am I clear with this part? So this is what you have done in the previous class also, and I hope this is clear with you. Put semicolon at the end. So this line will return a row whose name is whatever name you will pass, whose password is whatever password you are passing, right? Next statement is to check if rs.next, if it is true. Then if it is true, that means the user is there. So you will return true. Okay, if it is true, you will return true. And at the same time, you will retrieve the customer ID of this person. So customer ID is equal to rs dot get get int, okay, and the name of the column. What is that? Customer ID. So I will just copy this and put it over here. Am I clear? And I also want to, retrieve. Okay, we will retrieve the balance money later on. Right now, we will just focus on this part. Okay. So next part is we can use else. Let's say this is not true. That means there is no person with this name and with this password. So we will go to else and we can return false from here. False. Put semicolon. Am I clear with this code? Right? See? So this will help you to connect. This function will help you to connect to database and do the login part. Next step. The next step is to check the balance, to get the money, to get the balance. So I'm going to create another function, public int, because this function will return the balance. So here you can say get balance. Okay, open and close bracket. And you need to retrieve the balance for a particular customer with a particular ID. So this function will take ID. So public int get balance, okay, and this is the ID which I am passing. Next step. In the next step, you need to execute the query. So one more time, rs equal to stmt. I can use my stmt again because it's a global variable, so I can reuse it again, no problem. So stmt dot execute query. Okay, and what is my query? My query is select balance amount, copy this column, from which table? From account table. Okay, from this table. Then you have to put where what? Where customer ID is equal to plus sign this ID which you are taking over here. So put ID plus sign double quotes, and that will give you the balance for this particular ID user. Now this is giving me error. What is the error? He's saying unhandled exception. Now you can solve this problem in two ways. What are the two ways? Tell me. You can put this line in try catch block, or you can just put here throws SQL exception. Yes or no? You can just say that it throws SQL exception. Great. Now we need to check if rs.next, if it is true, then what are you going to do? You are going to retrieve the balance. Okay, so balance money here. So balance money equal to rs.get int, and then you have to give the column name. Okay, so what is my column name? Let me copy the column name, balance amount. I want that. So rs.getInt balance amount. So it will return the balance amount which I'm storing in this variable which I have declared here, balance money. Yes or no? So I'm storing the ID of the customer in this variable. I'm storing the money of that customer in this variable so that I can use it in the future, in the later code, right? So that's all. This is what you have to do here. If it is true, if this condition is true, we need to return the balance because int get balance. So you can say return balance money because you are storing the balance in this variable, right? So you need to return that. Am I clear with this part? Right? Else you can put else here. Else uh, you can say return 0 because you are not connected, so you can say return 0 because there is no this condition is not true, so we will just return 0 over here. Am I clear with this code? So this function, okay, this function will return the balance, get balance money. Let us move to the next function to withdraw money. Okay, so and this is going to be the last function in this class. So public, now this function will return boolean. So public boolean withdraw money. Okay, open and close bracket. Now withdraw money needs the ID of the customer. Yes or no? Do we need ID of the customer, or we can do this program or this function without ID? We need ID, right? We need ID and we need amount. So let's say int ID comma int amount, how much money you want to withdraw. Open and close the braces. Then you can put here if command, if amount, the amount which is entered by the user, if that amount is greater than what? Balance money. Okay, because this is the money of that customer, right? If the amount he is trying to withdraw is greater than balance, then you can return false. Okay, you can return false, or you can display some error message which I have taught you. You can do that by your own. Else, if it is not true, then you can say stmt dot execute update. Now you have to use this function because you want to update the table. Please see the difference between execute query and execute update. This will help you to get some data, okay, and this function will help you to update the table. So execute update, and what you will do, you will write your query. What is the query? Update account, okay, set what? Set balance amount. Okay, update account set balance amount equal to plus sign. What will be the balance money? Tell me, how much will be the balance money after we withdraw? The balance money will be balance amount, balance money, whatever is the balance money, minus the amount which is passed by the user. Come outside, put plus sign, open and close the bracket, and write here where, okay, where customer ID is equal to, now you have to put the customer ID, where customer ID is equal to plus sign this ID which you are taking over here. Okay, put that ID over here, put semicolon. Am I clear? Look at this. Now this function is giving me error, unhandled Java exception. As I told you, you can put this line in try catch block, or you can just say that this function throws SQL exception and the error will go. Am I clear with this part? Right? Now next, if everything is okay, like here everything is fine, then you can return true. After updating the table, you can return true because this function return type is boolean. Am I clear with this part? So this is all about withdraw money, and you have to minus that amount from the balance amount, and you need to update the account table. Finally, the last part of this class will be deposit money. Yeah, deposit money. Now for deposit money, I'm going to copy this code and just paste it below here and change the name of the function to deposit. Deposit. Okay, this function will also take the customer ID and how much money you want to deposit in the account. You have to put that money here, and this function will also throw some SQL exception. Okay, great. Now here we don't need to check the balance money. Okay, but this function returns int. How? You can just check it over here. If I say stmt dot execute update, look at this function here. Okay, the return type of this function is int. That means if the query is successful, it will return 1. If it is not successful, it will return 0. So this function returns an integer value. You can see here int value. So what I have to do here, I have to say int a is equal to this. Am I clear with this part? Now you need to write if a is equal to 1, then we have to say return true. Okay, else we need to say return false. Am I clear with this? Right? So you need to check what is the condition of this query. If this query is successful, everything is okay, it will return 1, which I'm putting into this variable, and then I'm checking if a is 1, return true, else return false. That's all, my dear student. This is the code which we have to write in this class, connect to database. And look at that, I'm not writing any other logic. It is only connecting to database. Now we are going to the next part of our program, which is ATM bank class, in which I will be having all these functions. Are you ready for this? So let's continue. Okay, so we are successful and we can build this, and let's see. Yeah, it is built, completed successfully. So if everything is perfect in this class, let's move on to the next class. Our next class will be Java class ATM bank. Okay, let's give ATM bank. You can give any name, it's just a name of the class, ATM bank. Hit enter. So that's my name here. In this, first thing I have to do is write down the entry point: public static void main string. It's an array, so string args, open and close the bracket. Right, that's my function, main function, and we have come out of this, declare some global variable scanner sc is equal to new scanner system dot in. So this is my global variable. I need one more global variable, that is of connect to database. Okay, so connect to database. Now what is connect to database? It's a class. Can you see this class here? I'm going to create one variable for this ctd. Okay, ctd, put semicolon here. So I have two variables which I'm going to use in my further code. So what's next? The next step is I need a function, public void, okay, login underscore customer. This is the function I need. So let's do that. Now what is the first thing we have to do here? The first thing inside this function, okay, we have to, or maybe you can write a constructor to initialize it. Okay, now see this, we can use a constructor over here. So I'm going to put that constructor. Let's write constructor ATM bank. This is my constructor. Now inside this constructor, I'm going to say ctd is equal to, okay, connect to database. I'm going to create the object of it. Okay, what I'm doing, please pay attention. I'm declaring a variable of this class, and then I'm creating the object inside constructor. Okay, and this is giving me error. Why? Because the constructor will throw some error. So we have to say here, this will throw some exception. So throws which exception? SQL exception, and the error should go. I forgot to put a new keyword here. So you need to put new connect to database, because we are creating object, right? We are creating objects. We are creating objects here, right? So please pay attention to what is, why do we use constructor. Please pay attention to that. Let me clear some memory because my memory is getting full. So what will happen, look at this. When I will create object, let me create the object here. ATM bank 81 is equal to new ATM bank. Okay, now when I will create object, now this is also giving me error, so I will say throws SQL exception. Okay, so when I create object, this will call the constructor over here, right? ATM bank. And inside this, I'm creating the object of this class connect to database. It will call this constructor and it will connect to database automatically from here, right? You can check your code right now. How? You can just print here system.out.println success. Okay, success to database. So that's all over here. You can run this program and check the output right now before we continue with the next part of the code. So let's right click and run. Okay, we get this error, and I have already taught you how to solve this problem. Yes or no? You have to go to File, Project Structure, then go to Libraries, click on plus sign here, select Java, and then where is that jar file? I think I have kept it in D drive. Let me check if I can find in D drive. No, not in D drive. Let me see in E drive. Yeah, here it is, MySQL connector.jar file. Okay, you need to say okay here, okay, and apply okay. Okay, after that, run your code one more time. So there is some problem, no suitable driver. So I think I have made something wrong with this string. So let me check that string. So it is giving me this error. So I think I have made a mistake here. Let's put colon. I forgot to put colon here. Let's build again. Okay, successful. Let's come back. Let's right click and run. Okay, great. So my program is successfully connected to database. Okay, now what? Now we need to do the programming for the login part. So let's begin with this. Okay, in this login function, first thing you have to do is you need to ask the user system.out.println. What you will ask, enter customer name. Enter customer name. Put plus okay, on the next line you have to say string name is equal to, I have already created sc dot next. Okay, same again, system.out.println, and you will say enter what? Enter customer password. Okay, put colon here, come down, create a variable string password. Okay, is equal to sc dot next. Put semicolon here, right? So I have taken the name and the password from the user. Now what? Now is the time to call the functions of this class. So what are the functions we have? We have a login function which takes 2 parameters. So can I call this function from here? Yes, of course. And we have the object of this class here. Yes or no? Am I clear? We have the object. So I can say ctd dot, I want to call that login function. Pay attention, please. This is important ctd dot, okay, and then look at that login function which takes two parameter and the return type is boolean. Okay, so let's use this function, and we need to pass the name and the password which I have taken from the user, but this will return a boolean, so I need to declare a variable boolean flag. Am I clear with this? Because this function will return a boolean, and this function will also throw some java.sql exception. So you can just say here throws SQL exception and your error will go. On the next line you have to say if my flag is true. If it is true, that means when it will be true, tell me. The flag will be true if rs.next, if my query is successful, then it will return true. So if my flag is true, then I can say system.out.println and you can say login is success. Login is successful. Successful. Okay. And after this, you can call another function called display menu. I will tell you what is that display menu function is. So I will just say display menu function. I'm going to call one another function. Else, if flag is not true, then what will you do? You will say system.out.println and you will say login failed. Login failed, and you can say try again. Try again. So when you say try again, what will you do? You will call this function again, login customer. Yes or no? You will call the same function again because you want the user to try again. So you will call the same function again. Am I clear with this part? Right. So this is the code for login customer. Please look at this code. I hope I'm clear with this part now. Now I will teach you what is this function. Okay. So let's go ahead and learn about this function. So hit enter, write down public. This will not return anything. So public display menu, open and close bracket. This function will display only menu. Okay, it will display only menu. Now we have to make the menu here, system.out.println, and you will say you can design your menu. It is up to you how you want to design your menu. You can make it more beautiful also, but I don't have time, so I will keep it simple here, and I will just say few things like one. What is the first one? Check balance. Check balance. Great. Then let's put another one. The another one will be second is withdraw money. Withdraw money. Great. Let's copy this. Let's copy this and paste it below again. And let's modify this to 3 and this to 4. Here I'm going to say deposit money, and here I'm going to say log out. Okay, so this is my menu, and also I'm going to say one thing. I will copy this and put it over here. Okay, that's my menu. Next, in the menu, you are going to ask the user about his choice, right? So system.out.println, and you will ask enter your choice or select your choice. Okay, you are asking the user about his choice, and how to read. You can say int choice is equal to sc. I have already created next int. Okay, sc dot next int, put semicolon. Now you have to use switch. So use switch and you will move according to choice, switch choice. Then you will write case number 1. If it is case 1, then what will you do? Tell me. What will you do? You will call another function. Okay, you will call another function called check balance. Check underscore balance. Now I will tell you where is this function. Hold on. Put break. Okay, go next. Write down the next case number 2. If it is 2, then you are going to withdraw the money. So withdraw underscore money. Okay, open and close bracket, semicolon. Put break, break. Okay, great. Then case number 3. If it is case 3, what will you do? You will deposit money, open and close the bracket, break. Okay, next is the default deposit money. The next is logout. So case number 4, you can say you will call another function called logout underscore logout. Okay, that is my function. And definitely you have to put break here. And finally, you are going to have a default case. If the user enters anything else, you can print system.out.println. Please select correct, or you can say valid choice. Valid choice. Okay, this is what you have to say between 1 to, you can also tell between 1 to 4. This is what you have to tell the user, and you can put the break over here. So that's my menu class. You don't have to use do while loop. You can just use this menu display menu class. Now you can see here we have got 4 function: check balance, okay, withdraw money, deposit money, and log out. So what we have to do now, we need to create these functions. So come down here, it's a function. So public, you can just write here check balance. Better I will copy this. So public, is it going to return something? No. So public void check balance, open and close bracket. Okay, create the other functions also. Public void, what is that? Withdraw money, open and close bracket, and this. The next is public void deposit money, open and close bracket. It's a function, right? And finally the last one is public void, what is that? Logout. So do that, logout, open and close bracket, semicolon. Okay, great, great. Now we need to do the coding in these functions. Okay, so check balance. In the check balance, we need the amount, money, how much money I have in my account, right? So we will say int amount is equal to, or maybe you can say int balance is equal to ctd. What is ctd? Ctd is the object of this class, connect to database. So using this object, I am going to call this function get balance, which will return me the money, right? So select that and come down here, ctd dot get balance, and you also have to pass the ID of the customer. So one more time, ctd dot, hey, I have stored the ID of the customer when I have logged in this variable. Yes or no? I repeat, when I have successfully completed the login, I retrieve the ID of that person and have stored in this variable here. So I can use this variable with the object name ctd. So ctd dot customer ID, put semicolon here, and you can say this function also throws SQL exception, and the error will go. Next line, you have to say system.out.println, and you will display the amount. Your total balance in your account is colon, and you can display the amount here. What is that? Sorry, not amount, it's a balance. Okay, this is what I'm retrieving. Okay, great. After you finish this, you need to display the menu again. Yes or no? So you can call the display menu function again here. You can see that you can make a call to the display menu function here. Now this function has some code which will throw exception. So you need to tell that this function also throws SQL exception. There will be no more errors then. Clear with this part, right? Now we have to write the code. We have to write the code for withdraw money. Okay, so let's do that. In the withdraw money, first you need to ask the user how much money he wants to withdraw. So system.out.println and say here enter amount you want to withdraw. Enter amount you want to withdraw. Put semicolon. Then next line you have to say int amount is equal to sc dot next int. You will ask the user, right? Then you have to use boolean flag is equal to ctd. Now you don't ask me what is ctd. I have already told you many times. Ctd dot withdraw money. I need to use this one. This will take two parameter, ID and amount. How to get the ID? Tell me. Ctd dot customer ID, comma the money amount which you want to withdraw here. So that you have to pass your amount. Am I clear with this part? Now this will throw exception, so you can say throws SQL exception. Great. So this is my program for withdraw. Now we have to write the code for deposit. Okay, but before that we need to check if, because withdraw money, okay, withdraw money will return true or false depending upon the execution of the code. So here you can say if my flag is true, then what will you do? System.out.println, and you will say take your money. Take your money, colon, put plus sign here. How much money? Amount. Okay, whatever amount we have asked for. Okay, and after you display take your money, you can call back the display menu function again. Okay, it will call this function again and it will display this menu again for you. But let's say if my flag is not true, it's false, so I need to write else. Else you can say here system.out.println, and you can say not enough money in your account, So this is what you can do. After displaying this, you can call the display menu function again. Am I clear with this part, right? So this is all the code about withdraw money. Now we have to do for deposit money. So deposit money, again the same code, system.out.println. You can ask the user, okay, enter amount you want to deposit. Enter amount you want to deposit. Great. So I'll just put colon here. Next line, you need to take that amount. So int amount is equal to sc dot next int, how much amount you want to deposit, right? Next is boolean flag is equal to ctd. Okay, that's my object. I have already told you ctd, object of this class. So you will say ctd dot, this time we need to call deposit money and we need to pass the ID. So ctd dot customer ID, comma money amount, how much you want to deposit, right? And you have to say that this throws SQL exception. Great. Okay, next we have to check if my flag is true. What we have to do then? If my flag is true, then we can say system.out.println successfully deposited money. Successfully deposited money. How much money? You can display that money also. Money colon, and you can say how much money you have deposited. Okay, after this you can call the display menu function, right? That's all. And finally we are coming to the last coding, that is logout. So when the user selects logout, you can say system.out.println and you can say goodbye. Okay, and you can say system.exit and put 0 here. So this will exit your code. That's all, my dear student. This is the complete code which I have created for you. Now is the time to run the program and let's see the output. So after creating this object, we need to call the login function, login customer. Okay, here we have this function, login customer. We need to begin our program from here, login customer. Am I clear with this part, right? So let's run this program and see the output. Okay. Okay. Right click. First you can build. Let's see there is no error. If there is no error, we can run our program. So let's make a little bit more space here. Put it up. Right click and run the code. Okay, success. Then we need to enter the name Akash. Hey, something is wrong. Okay, let's do that. So login is failed, right? Login failed and it says try again. So let's enter again Akash. Password is abc at 123. Great. Now it is displaying me login is successful. You can see that, and it is displaying me the menu. Select your choice. Let's enter 1. So your total balance in account is 50,000 renminbi, and then it displays the menu again. Again he's telling you select your choice. This time I want to withdraw, take money out, so 2. Now when I say 2, it asks me how much money, enter amount you want to withdraw. So let's say I want to withdraw 1000 renminbi from my account. So hit enter, and then it says take your money 1000. Now you can check again, select your choice 1 to check. Yes, we have 49,000 in my account. If you want, you can check it from here also. For that I can say select star from account table, select and execute. Look at that, we have 49,000 renminbi in the account after withdraw. Select your choice. I want to deposit. How much money you want to deposit? Let's say I want to deposit 2,000 renminbi. Okay, hit enter, and it is successfully, you can see, successfully deposited money 2,000. Select your choice. 1. I want to check. Oh, something is wrong. Okay, I think I have not changed the logic somewhere in my program here. So deposit money, deposit is plus, right? Here I'm using minus, so this is wrong. We need to put plus sign. Okay, now build your program again, and let's run the program again to see the output. Run it. Stop and run. Let's enter the correct name, Akash, ABC at 123. Okay, successful. What I want to do, first I will check the money. I still have 47,000 renminbi. Next step is deposit. So I select your choice number 3. Enter amount you want to deposit. Let's say 3,000. I want to deposit 3,000 renminbi in my account. Hit enter. So it is now displaying successfully deposited 3,000. Select your choice 1. It should be 50,000. Yes, it is working now. And finally, the last part is for logout. So goodbye. Okay, my dear student. So I hope you have enjoyed this, small little project ATM task. In this project, you have learned about a lot of things like database connection, how to do the programming. You should not write all the code in one file. That is not the correct way of doing the program. So those who have already shown me their project, I would suggest you to do this project again, properly, the way I have done in this video. So follow this video to do this project. Apart from this, now since I have given you the solution of this program, so this is no more a task. Okay, you have to complete this, but along with this you need to do one more project. Okay, so you will follow my video. Okay, understand and complete the ATM task. This is one thing. Okay, this is one thing I want to tell you. Second, you all have done shopping application Java, shopping Java project. Yes or no? The answer is yes, of course. I have seen that. Now you need to do that project, do shopping project using database. This is your task. This is your new task, and I will not share you the solution for this task. Okay, one thing you have to keep in mind: split your code, sorry, split your code into many classes. Okay, don't write all the code in one class. That's not good programming. Okay, don't write all the code in one class. That's not good programming, not good programming. Okay, second point, design your database and tables first. Third point, think about how many classes how many classes you can use in your project, right? The more number of classes is a better project. This is what I think. Okay, the more number of classes, the better will be the coding. The better will be the coding. So think about it. Also, write down all the functions of the class. Okay, so when are you going to submit this project? Maybe 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks is enough. 2 weeks will be enough. Okay, that's all, my dear student. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any comment, if you have any question, you can put your question in the comment box, and I will reply to your comments, or I will reply to your question. Okay, see you next week with some more interesting topics. Bye bye.